All right, welcome back to the Infinite Crisis booth here on the floor at E3. My name is Optimus Tom, and joining me in co-casting this so far has been Elements, and we are going to be bringing you the second game of our Pro Player Best of 7 or 7-game series here between Complexity Gaming and Curse Academy.
Yeah, as we can see, Complexity took game 1 as the blue side team, or the Blue Legion rather, versus the Red Squad. And you can see Curse not doing so hot. Complexity up 1, but again, this is a 7-game series, so anybody's game still.
Yeah, and of course they're fighting for not only the bragging rights of winning this series, but also the best player of the entire tournament is going to be crowned the first Infinite Crisis MVP. They're going to get themselves a swag little trophy and then some. So they of course, are fighting for that honor amongst themselves as well. And why don't we just check out who's going to be on these teams? You guys are just tuning in. You may be familiar with some of these faces. Why don't we first take a look at Complexity Gaming? As you can see, we have Prowley here. He did a very good job playing some of those assassin-type champions, although he's been picking up some of those blaster guys in these matches with the blended play coming out from the crowd as well. We'll have to see if he continues that. Trooper was looking on point with his marksman on Cyborg in the first game. MIA, he plays the support role in other games, but he took the enforcer role with Shazam and just, well, literally Shazam all over the map there. Nick Wu, he's been playing nothing but the Joker. We'll see if he sticks to his guns quite literally with that one. And Lotta Mortis also picking up that Wonder Woman in game number 1 was a great force to be reckoned with. And this Complexity roster, well, they look ready to go.
They look pumped. Look at them.
Look at all that energy coming out there.
That's the most pumped person I've ever seen.
Definitely.
So next up we're going to have Curse Academy, and I'm just going to talk about that real quick.
Oh, gee, I wonder why you would want to talk about Curse Academy.
I have no idea why I would want to talk about them. Anyways.
Well, eventually we'll get the roster.
Eventually.
Haha! Surprise! Ask and thou shalt receive.
So first up we have I Will Dominate. He's going to be the leader of this team. He's going to be the shot caller. He's going to tell me what to do. He's going to be your urban jungler. He's going to be your kind of like marauder, bruiser type character. He's going to be getting in the mix and kind of, mixing stuff up. Next up we have Swain Gretzky. He's been playing a little bit more of a blaster. His favorite this so far has been Green Lantern, dropping, pretty much everything from anvils to planes on people. Next up we have Altic, who's been a little bit more. He's like the marksman. He's been playing your Gaslight Batman. He's been playing your what's his name, Cyborg. And then we have Atomic. And Atomic, I actually believe he picked up Poison Ivy one of the games, and she was doing really good. He's doing a lot of CC, the support. He wants to lock people down. He wants to heal his team. He wants to make sure the quality of life of his team is really good, because that's ultimately a support's job. And then last but not least, we have One Bad Brad, and he's going to be your bruiser type character again, kind of similar to Dominate, getting in the mix and trying to help people up. Yeah, kind of like that Wonder Woman playstyle. Yeah,
we're gonna have to find out. Of course, if you guys are just tuning in, this may be your first time watching the game of Infinite Crisis. We know who's going to be playing. We know what the game is about, but where is the game going to take place? Well, of course, it's going to be on the Gotham Heights map. This is going to be a 5 control point, king of the hill, capture point kind of style thing. 2 power cores for each player. The more points you have, the more energy you're draining from your opponent's power core, but there's plenty of surprises hidden across the map as well.
Yep, there's lots of mini objectives, different control points. You see the little HP box and a little, right here, 8 health packs around the map. They have also speed boosts. There's lots of different things and, destructible parts in the environment. People can pick up cars, using that stolen power, and, there's lots of different interactive things with the map.
Yeah, and so, we've heard rumor, of course, of one of the teams going for a 5 super strength, all throw the cars at the same point kind of strategy. And as awesome as that would be to see, we haven't seen it quite yet. But as we're jumping into this game, maybe we can get a look of that from the rosters going to be playing. Now, these players, game number 1, they were familiarizing themselves with the roles and everything. But as we've seen, we've usually had 1 or 2 enforcers for every team, an assassin, a blaster, and a marksman. We'll have to see if they kind of follow suit with that one, or if they got any sort of little special surprises up their sleeve.
We could be. We saw the appearance of Gaslight Joker being that great bruiser type champion, getting in the mix, just stacking health regen, so you can keep that Rat Swarm on, swirling around, dealing lots of damage, and just being really disruptive. And we haven't really seen a lot of him. We also haven't seen a lot of Zatanna. No one's been picking her. The best support so far that we've seen has been, your Poison Ivy. She's been the one, getting in the mix, using all that CC. And here we go. We're jumping into the game, and we have a couple, stolen powers here. We have invulnerabilities. You can gain a shield. Going to block 75 damage for 3 seconds, which is actually a lot, especially on Wonder Woman. This is going to make her incredibly tanky. She doesn't really need the super speed either because she has the ability to close gaps with her lasso, jumping on it, and it's going to make her essentially jump right to that character and, you know, sit on them.
Well, the one thing that I'm really disappointed to see is the only person rocking that super strength here, the car over his head. It's going to be One Bad Brad, so we're going to have to see how bad he can be with that car and if it's going to scare away Complexity. Don't forget, guys, you're just tuning in. Complexity took game number 1 and a pretty 4-cap convincing kind of victory here. We'll see if Curse Academy has what it takes to bounce back after a full day of play in this map. We'll see who's going to take game number 2 on Gotham Heights here. But so far, we talked about Two enforcers, an assassin, a blaster, and a marksman is normally the go-to here. Complexity, they got 2 enforcers in Wonder Woman and Shazam, but they got 2 assassins, 1 power, 1 attack damage with the Flash and Catwoman. And then we also have the Joker here as a blaster. On the flip side, we have assassin, blaster, marksman, and double enforcer for Curse Academy. Elements, in your experience here as a caster, who are you going to say that this game seems to be favoring right out of the get-go?
I'm going to have to actually go with Curse Academy on this one. I like their team comp. I think it's a little bit more well-rounded, as we're talking about. They have the assassin, they have the blaster, they have the marksman, they have the bruiser, they have the enforcer, they have everything that they need to ultimately win. And I think this is just going to come down to team play. Team comp, I'm going to have to give it to them, but, you know, Complexity has been really good in these previous matches that we've seen.
Well, they got the snowball factor with all those assassins, and if they can't hold suit, then that's going to be Complexity. I'm putting my money on, but One Bad Brad already with the sedan in the air, trying to jump down on MIA, but Prowley's coming in from behind. Is he going to pick up the first kill on One Bad Brad here? Looks like he's going to have to walk away as the slam comes down from Dominate. Now we have Prowley going down onto Atomic again, and vulnerabilities have been popped. A slam comes down, and that's the first kill going over to Dominate. He takes out MIA. Atomic and tank it up as much as he can, but the kite coming out from Nick Wu. Joker lives with no HP, and now Law Mortis against Dominate. Well, that's not going to last very long because it's the 3v1 here. Complexity jumping out to the early capture point lead.
Yeah, when we were talking about these guys, you know, clashing top lane, everyone has this, you know, it's the top capture point is really the middle, you know, middle ground between both of these teams, and until the you know, ultimately middle one opens up, you're not going to see a lot of action. Anyways, everyone's going to be trying to fight over top until they can push each other back. So you can see Curse Academy trying their best to try to get up here and stop these guys from having this capture point.
Well, I mean, on the bottom, we actually see Trooper doing a really good job against Altec. The Marksman and the Assassin classes, not the strongest at the beginning of the game, but since there's so much of escapability on those carries like Gaslight Batman, Catwoman normally has a lot of trouble closing the gap, but Trooper early on, he's been pushing the way with those steam-powered claws, getting in the face with the drones of Altec, and it looks like the Altec's actually kind of losing out a little bit because of that one. So being held on the bottom lane here lets Complexity get that 3-2 cap early on and take the fight to Curse Academy, who's trying to capture top lane. Probably might be able to get the slowdown on a Dominate. He will pick up that kill. Now Atomic N in a 3v1 all by himself. Where's the rest of his team? They're actually back in base or heading towards bottom because they actually wound up dying earlier on. So it looks like so far Complexity definitely knows what to do in this match.
Yeah, and we see them moving around here, and there's a little bit of action going down here at the bottom. We have One Bad Brad throwing that car, dealing lots of damage. You can see Nick Wu getting chunked, and the Mr. Punchy isn't going to miss, so he's not going to get stunned, and he's going to get 1, 2, but he's going to actually move right out of there and throw up his little bubbly box, and he'll say, hey, I'm deceiving away. And we have Trooper doing lots of damage to Altec on that Gaslight Catwoman, you know, he's really assassin-type champion, and both these guys are, you know, traded, backed out, but then we ultimately have Prowley on that Flash coming in for the cleanup, for the KS. Will he be able to drop this guy down? He doesn't have his level 6 ultimate ability yet, so he can't really drop him down yet. Probably taking a lot of damage, but it does not matter because Gaslight Batman's still going down.
Yeah, now it's One Bad Brad against Prowley. I don't know, Brad turned around. He might be able to take Prowley down, but slowing him down and hit him with the flash attack there. That's going to be F equals MA for 3 rapid quick hits in a row to take down Brad. So that's another kill going to the side of Complexity. On top of this, they still have that point advantage, but we do have Atomic N trying to fight with MIA here. Enforcer versus Enforcer, and Turret means MIA is going to force away Atomic N. He's also level 6 compared to Wonder Woman, only level 5. We did have Swain Gretzky trying to come in and get the knockdown with his ultimate ability there on the Flash. It's not going to be enough, though. He has to try to run away. He's got the speed boost from the Shrine, but Trooper trying to close the gap. He's actually going to want to get in the kill right there, and that's another one for Complexity, as now MIA and Law Mortis both chasing away Dominate.
Yeah, it seemed like her Gaslight Catwoman's bleed right there was actually able to lastly take him down, but we do have tons of damage go. Dominate doing the 1v3, dropping the plane, but it was not enough to take down because the 1v3 is, you know, a 1v3, and these ones superheroes, they stand long and they gonna get dropped down if you can't stand there.
Yeah, so unfortunately, even though the plane winds up going down for the side of Dominate, they're not actually able to pick up a kill on that one. Now, Niku actually winds up going down there. Probably going to be able to pick up a kill there on Altec. Is he? No, he's not actually. One bad Braz is the Enforcer, going to try to shove him out of the way. Flash attack's not going to work out. Altec's going to wind up sniping up a kill, and that looks like it's going to go to Curse Academy in the bottom.
Yeah, you can see them pushing towards the next capture point. Really uncontested. We have Shazam coming out of his own foundry here, coming out of his home base. Might be able to do it because Altec is really low, but one bad man saying, hey, you want to fight? Here's a car to your face. Oh, it's blowing up another car, flew right over top of him, unable to really do anything. MIA does have the turret advantage. He's going to take it down. Gaslight Batman. One bad Brad is in real big trouble here. We see him jumping on him, but oh no, the drones are going to be too much for him. He's going to have to back off.
Yeah, MIA being a very big tanky character, that Enforcer, he's going to wind up being forced back a little bit though, because he doesn't have a lot of damage at this point in the game. We actually see here Shazam being an Enforcer, a tanky kind of character. We're seeing he's building mainly health. He has the Entropy Aegis, which means he's going to be getting health, will, and power armor, so he's really good to go against these marksmen and assassins coming out from the side of Curse Academy. Does the extra attack, armor, and health from that Ruby of Life. Once he upgrades that to level 4, we already saw in previous matches, he's getting extra health per kill as well as health regeneration as he takes down these drones and champions. He's waiting for that end game. He's going to be a big beefy tank that no one's going to be able to kill. But for now, well, he's going to be able to die.
Yeah, and we see MA getting a little overzealous there, saying, hey, I can jump right into your turret here. It doesn't matter if it's a 1v4. Oh, wait, I'm dead. And probably he's going to have to pick up that HP relic. He's going to have to dash away. He's trying to cut it up. The ultimate's going to make him invulnerable. And there's a plane right over top. Going to deal tons of damage. And we have the other Flash doing the exact same thing. Pushing that up, and Swing Gutsy's going to take a lot of damage. I can't really see his HP bar. Trooper sitting right on top of him. Oh, and he's still alive, barely hanging on here, dashing through, using that NFMA to get those through. And they're going to stand in these invisibility fields, not being able to see, so Wonder Woman's kind of going in there blind. Lasso going out, kind of missing, throwing it in the wrong direction. Can't really do it. Atomic still in hot pursuit of the other Wonder Woman. There's the Lasso landing right on top of her. These are two essentially tanky women. They are just going to beat on each other, but you can see nothing's really happening.
No, Wonder Woman on Wonder Woman action, but nothing really much is going to come of that one. Probably did a really good job of having his ultimate used. Makes him invulnerable, so when Dominate dropped the plane on him, no damage was dealt. Unfortunately, when he came out of there was an entire team of Curse Academy waiting for him, so he wasn't able to really live through it much longer. We do have the capture point in the middle, that orbital cannon going to the side of Curse Academy. That was the strategy in game number 1, but Complexity is so good at trying to clean up these fights afterwards. Probably wants to pick up a kill on Dominate. He tries to get out of there. Vanish goes off from Joker as well. He's going to do that little Joker shuffle the heck out of there. A lot of Mortis just tanking for the rest of his team. Trooper comes in from the side. Can he get the kill on Swain Gretzky? He's going to get a shield really quick there, and he's going to pop the invulnerability. Won't go down. Trooper doesn't get the refresh on that Deadly Grace coming out, his ultimate. So it looks like one bad Brad's going to run away, try to capture this point in the bottom here. Trooper, though, persistence is the best tool, though. Picks up a kill eventually on Swain Gretzky with that refresh. Going to come in with Nick Wu, pick up a kill there onto Doomsday. But at the same exact time, Curse Academy is able to snipe up some kills of their own, and Altec's going to try to take back point 2 for his side of the map.
And we do have Dominate down here in the bottom right-hand corner. He's going to do tons of damage to Nick Wu. There's the, coming out. He's going to do that down, and there we go, to save to the face. And then he's going to drop down once again.
Well, we've had a lot of Blaster champions be built up in these games. Let's take a look at what Dominate's building this time around. He's actually gone for nothing but those power items. You can tell, if you haven't said already, blue items are generally power, red or orangey items are generally these attack damage items, and then the green ones are really stacking up towards that health, armor to resist as well. We see Dominate going for the Star Heart at level 4. That's going to be the item that adds a ridiculous amount of power damage, as well as the percentage of your overall power damage increase as well. The Quad Gambit will be getting him a little bit of extra credits every 10 seconds and regen for his will to spam those spells. 2 basis point will give him 20% cooldown reduction at max level in addition to this, so he's stacking up as well for himself for the late game, much like we saw MIA on Enforcer. This time it's Dominate going for damage.
Yeah, and you can see there's a lot of damage going on here bottom. There is a big fight going down here. Wonder Woman's so tanky, but not tanky enough. And then we do have a big fight going on here top. We do have probably our other Swain Gretzky taking out Catwoman there. He's going to get back, and we have MIA standing there taking out these drones. But in the bottom right-hand corner, we have Complexity taking another capture point. So they're really pushing Curse Academy around. They're not taking these capture points. They're more focusing on these fights, and they're just getting, overall pushed around.
Yeah, and probably actually changing up his build a little bit, considering there's a lot of attack damage on the side of Curse Academy. He's gone for a level 3 Helm of Fate. At level 4, it'll get even stronger, but he's got attack armor and power damage, which is just what the Flash is going to need. He's still going for that Psy Scimitar, so once he uses the skill, he's going to get that extra power damage on the next auto attack. Combine that with his passive and F equals MA, and that's tons of damage coming out from Prolly as he's trying to 1v1 Altec here. Didn't get hit by the bat screen, but the auto attack damage from Altec too much for Prolly to handle, and Flash goes down in a 1v1.
Yeah, and we can see down here bottom, Chuper trying his best to defend this capture point. We have one bad Brad trying to initiate on Chuper, trying to kite this out. Wonder Woman and Doomsday trying to go in there, but they are tanking the turret, and Chuper's going to go right into that visibility, trying to stealth around. He knows he's trying to go for that HP shrine. It does not matter. He's going to jump on him once. He can jump on him twice. He's going to get knocked back, but one Brad might not be able to take this, but we do have MIA coming here to clean that up with him.
Yeah, Shazam comes in from blindsides Doomsday from nowhere, and Chuper's able to pick up that kill. We could see the assassin of Gaslight Catwoman already 6-1 and 2, stacking up the damage for herself. Pretty soon going to be able to take down some of those tanky enforcers. We see once again Shazam setting things up, but Chuper not deciding to go in there. He's actually leveled up his Lobo's Chain to level 3. Not quite at the point where he could slow down on his auto attacks, but he still has that extra help to keep him alive in situations. His Coda Blade, though, is going to make him penetrate through with that extra attack damage. Lifesteal just a little bit, but other than that, he's got an Olympus Gambit for some health, that Nil Weapon adding some health, and some health regain on hit. Other than that, he hasn't really gone for a big item. Now that he's got his Lobo's Chain level 4, we'll see if he goes for that Joe Chill's Revolver for the extra critical strike.
Yeah, and we see them going to rush this middle capture point. These are going to be meteors dropping down all across the map, blocking off your side, making it harder for you to move around the map. So you can see if you have these little orange spots, you see some meteors have hit, and then they're going to block us off these areas, so you have to go all the way around, making, your almost, quality of life moving throughout the map much more difficult. So if you're able to catch this as a team, you can use it to your advantage.
We did have Curse Academy taking the second middle capture point as well. Altec trying to bat swing down onto MIA, but he's going to knock him down there with a quick little charge from Shazam, and Cheaper says 1-2 lights out there. Now we have one bad Brad charging in and just tossing around MIA like a ragdoll, dominating Atomic End coming in from the side as well. It looks like Trooper's going to have to turn tail and run, pops his own invulnerability, then goes into stealth right there, so he's going to try to get away from this. One bad Brad though, chasing him down, charges him into a wall. 1, 2, 3, lights out, see you later, Trooper. Gaslight Catwoman ain't going to be killing anything while she's dead.
MIA trying to do his best, violently rushing in, trying to defend his capture point. He does have the turret advantage, but this is a 3 versus 1. He's somehow managing to tank everything, and then Doomsday just charges into his face, executing him.
Yeah, at the same time, though, we have Prolly on the bottom here. Is able to take out Swain Gretzky. Now can he turn this on to Altec? Last time was a 1v1. Prolly gone down in another situation here. Altec comes out ahead, so not only is that meteor impact coming in about T-minus 10 seconds for Curse Academy, but it's also a capture point lead for them here. This is what they're going to need to try to come back in this game. They're currently down in the power core energy, 116 to 396, but those 3 capture points compared to 2 means that they're going to be draining the life from complexity.
Yep, and we do have the meteors dropping on their side of the map, making it even more difficult. So Curse Academy actually has 4 different capture points to complexities too. This is going to be a huge comeback. I mean, they almost had 400 to 100 points left, and now we're seeing them ultimately, maybe possibly come back. This could be a great game for us to watch. We do have another team fight coming out here. Flash Shell's ultimate's going to go up. Prolly's going to jump right on Altec. He's going to try to do lots of damage. Swain Gretzky getting in the mix. MIA in the mix. Flash ultimate going out once again, doing lots of damage. Ladder Mortis not taking any damage because Wonder Woman is just so wonderfully tanky. We do have Nick Wu on the side here as Joker dealing out tons of that blast damage, trying to execute people. And again, they're trying to focus this Wonder Woman down, but the card jammed right on her face, and then she's going to back out.
Yeah, we did have actually Trooper going down. Probably kind of ran out to grab a health pack, comes back in, but Swain Gretzky's chasing him out. A lot of Mortis being pushed around by one bad Brad. Surprise comes out from the Joker. The teeth shattering all around. He's going to pick up a kill there on one bad Brad, but it looks like Swain Gretzky and Altec going to take down some kills to themselves. But Nick Wu on Joker janitor duty here, picking up another kill for himself. Altec super low. One more Mr. Punchy might be all he needs to seal the deal. A surprise goes out, and Dominic comes out from the side. Now it's Nick Wu and a lot of Mortis trying to run away from this one. Nick, we're going to utilize that stealth field, but we'll see here. Battering winds up missing. One missile barrage goes away. Vanish goes down. He picks up a kill there onto Altec. Good mechanics from Nick Wu. He is going to wind up dying, but he at least takes one with him.
So while that team fight was going on in the top left-hand corner, they were able to snag a capture point. So while all this was going on, they actually had 5 capture points to complexities 1. They're really doing a good job of distracting and moving around. If they keep this up, this will be a CRS Academy victory.
Curse Academy immediately when this diamond hits the ticker mark, they're going to go to capture that midpoint once again. Ping's going down for complexity. That last meteor cut off a very big route going down from that bottom point 4 that they had before. That's the 3rd capture in the row from Curse Academy. That's going to drain away at complexity's power core very quickly. In addition to that, we got some big meteor strikes headed their way.
We do have Trooper taking the power top there, but we do have Swing Gutsy rushing in. No way, you're not taking our capture point, doing everything he possibly can. He's got the turrets backing him up, and now his team's coming and backing him up, and Flash's ultimate's going to go out, dealing a lot of damage. Then we have Doomsday knocking everything up. Everyone's kind of in the mix. This is a 3 versus 4 on turret though, so Curse Academy really has to try their best to kite it out and just, get the time going so they can hold these capture points so they can ultimately come back. But they moved away from fighting on their turret, and now they're fighting outside. They could be in a lot of trouble if they don't sit by their turret and just defend.
Yeah, Trooper went down there to Trooper went down there to one bad Brad, but Prowley took out Altex, and the 2 big damage dealers already gone. Prowley now trying to assert his power quite literally as the Flash, but they're not going to defend against that capture point. Joker and Green Lantern on the bottom, Dominate and Niku are trading blows back and forth. Niku unable to capture point 3, and now Dominate threatening point 4 despite being at a lot lower HP, but boom, hasta la vista, baby. Niku winds up picking up a kill with some surprise damage, literally on that one.
And we do have top MIA getting chased down by Wonder Woman here, and he might be able to catch him. If he lands the last 2, he will be in real big trouble, but he's just starting to get back off. Just sit by the capture point, sit here and wait, because that's really what they need to do. Objectives, controlling, moving through the map as a team is how you win this game. Probably going to take a lot of damage. He's going to get dropped down. Same with Nick Wu. He's going to deceive away, but unfortunately we have Doomsday knocking him right in the face, smashing his corpse into the air.
And meanwhile, in this top area, Atomic End, the last one standing on this top point here. Number 1, the turret is going down. Looks like the health regeneration from his passive taken away, but Atomic End not going to last through the double Enforcer and Trooper assassination there. Ooh, Gaslight Batman does get the Bat Scream across, stops the recall, but not going to be able to take down those 2 tanky targets who are the only ones low. That's a point for complexity, but in comes Dominate. There goes the change. Trooper going to go invisible, though. Tries to duck through a lot of that damage. Get the turnaround on to Dominate. Does want to get in 1 blink down. Trooper healing himself up with his itemization there. Down goes to slam the chains once again, but Dominate now. He's burned through a combo. Trooper puts out the Steam Power Claws, the invulnerability. The plane goes down, but Trooper stays alive. Dominate the one to fall in that trade.
While that's going on, we do have Curse Academy taking the bottom capture port, while Complexity take the top. We do have another epic team fight breaking out here. Everybody's going down here. Swing Guts is going to beat in the invisibility feed. He's coming in. He might be able to clean this up if he has an ultimate. He might be able to use it and clean these guys up. Not really sure what's going on right now because everything's in the mix. We have drones, everyone's going down. MIA tanking everything, but he also is tanking the turret the entire time, and One Bad Brad's going to be able to force him out.
Bad thing there for Complexity was Prowley's ultimate came up as he took the last turret shot, was unable to use that to switch the aggro over and wound up picking up a kill there as well. Swain Gretzky was actually able to get out of that one, didn't wind up dying either, so really good stuff from Curse Academy. Even though they were down extremely early, this game has come back extremely close. And let's not forget that Orbital Cannon has just come online, so while Trooper and Atomic End are fighting on this top platform, that mid platform is going to be a point here Curse Academy wants to take. Complexity, I don't know if they're in position.
Oh my gosh, MIA getting sniped out by all 3 abilities, and we do have Flash using his ultimate, but unfortunately everyone stepped up before he can get the full knock-up down. We do have Complexity on the left-hand side. Curse Academy trying to kite them out. They are have much higher HPs. They need to just ultimately sit back and kite and flow, because they have more capture points. That's really what they need to do right now, is just control, and keep these guys busy while they get more points.
Looks like Lotta Mortis and Nick were able to shove them off that mid capture point for now. Swing Gretzky charges into the Joker's Vanish. That's going to actually deal some damage to him. Nothing really going to happen there. In the top lane, we did have Trooper and Atomic End kind of trading blows. There's an Enforcer who doesn't take damage or deal any against an Assassin who can't take damage but deals a lot. And neither one of them actually really coming out ahead in that one. Complexity, though, this is going to be the 4th capture point of this mid lane, this midpoint. Ooh, Mr. Punchy says good night there to Altec. Whoever captures this one's going to get that big old meteor, because this is the 4th one coming in here.
Yeah, and we see Dominate just getting absolutely wrecked by MIA there. We do have Nick Wu doing the exact same thing to One Bad Brad, but One Bad Brad is actually quite tanky. Popping vulnerability there, but instantly getting knocked down. And then we do have the surprise going out. Joker Nick Wu trying to kite as best as he possibly can. He's just going to try to drop him down, but One Bad Brad is so tanky on that. A Force Type Champion jumping in, missing the knockup, unfortunately. MIA going to still stick on him. One Bad Brad is a lot of big trouble here. We do have Prowley coming in, but they are just going to try to stick on this capture point, because again, this is the 4th meteor. This is the big one. This is going to do a lot.
And one bad Brad with a level 3 Olympus Gambit getting one of those auras for his team. A Lobo's Chain to slow down, and a level 4 Suited Sara. As I talked about this before, 100 attack armor, 30 attack reflect. That means the assassins like Trooper and the auto attacks from Crawley not really going to hurt him too much. There's a big old brawl and free-for-all over this middle capture point while Atomic N and Nick are away to play in the top lane. Looks like 2 kills go to Complexity side, but another one goes down as one bad Brad brings Doomsday into the mix here. A flash from Swing. Gretzky's going to pick up a kill. MIA going to be forced out from this middle area. Dominate chucking the missiles. Enforcer the Enforcer right here. Doomsday up against Shazam. Neither one of them really doing all too much damage. MIA switches the stances over though to the offensive one, trying to get some more DPS down onto one bad Brad. He's going to charge in, start wailing away both these guys. This 2 tanky, neither one wants to go down. MIA is going to retreat to that turret, trying to take down one bad Brad, but at the same time, the orbital command goes down. Oh, one bad Brad picks up the kill. The turret shot doesn't go down. The one, oh man, the middle point is still available too. Neither one wants to give it up, and it's Curse Academy. This entire time, they had 3 points. They were draining away Complexity. Now Complexity has the 3 points, and they just need to occupy Curse Academy for about 30 more seconds.
And we see one bad right here in the far left-hand corner getting chased down by Nick Wu. He is just really being disruptive, being tanky. He's going to go into that invisibility field. It doesn't matter. He's going to get sniped out because, unfortunately, you're invisible. He still knows where you are.
Very true. Probably in the mid lane here, actually using his own ultimate to take down Swing Gretzky. Can he face off against Atomic N? Their Trooper comes in. He gets the one jump down onto Atomic N, trying to force Wonder Woman out of the fight. Looks like they will wind up picking up a kill there. That one also goes to Prowley. To the top mid here at point number 1. A fight still goes down. MIA in a 2v1. He's not taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, you see Dominate has run out of Will Hook. He can't use any more abilities really. He does have Missile Barrage up, but that's going to be his last stand. He doesn't really have anything else to use. He's kind of just useless running around. He says, oh no, I have to back out. I have to run away. So we do have Nick Wu getting in there. He might be able to capture this middle capture point. His ultimate is going to go out. That's going to stun Snow. Oh, but it doesn't matter. The invulnerability coming out from Swayne Gretzky, using Mr. Punchy just at the wrong time, so he didn't get the stun off, and he's going to drop down. Great play by Swayne Gretzky there.
One bad Brad coming in, realizing where the Joker is going to vanish to, just charges to that location and just obliterates Joker there. Probably doing the running man. Is he going to want it capping this point? No contestant coming out. That's going to be the first Meteor Strike going to the side of Complexity. And is it going to be the one they need? It is currently 2 points to 2 points with this this point number 5 here being the last one to capture. The Complexity gets it. They get the middle point. They get this giant Meteor Strike coming down in this area, which is actually going to be towards the point they want to capture. Can they kite it in? Atomic N and Prowley are in the blast zone.
Oh no, if this lands on them, they are going to get one shot. This meteor is incredibly powerful, and it's incredibly large, so they might have to do it. It's going to get knocked out, and it's going to come in about 3, 2, 1. There she comes. Explosion everywhere. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that.
Oh, and actually, it's one to taking down Curse Academy's power core.
Oh, great play by Complexity, because if you do capture that, you do get points, and you do take away from their power core. So that was actually a really close game. Both well played, everybody, actually.
Oh man, if you're Curse Academy, you might be kicking yourselves, because the 4th capture point in that middle point means the big meteor comes down. That's the one that sucks the most life out of the enemy power core. And Complexity, they didn't capture until that last one.
And that's the only one really mattered, I guess.
I guess so, but Complexity, take a look at Prowley. 14 kills, but he died 10 times for it. Definitely going to be a big kill participation here, as well as Niku on the Joker here. I mean, they both got 14 kills for their team. They're both holding it down, but the destruction going to MIA, who, well, even though he only had 4 kills, he destroyed a crap ton of property.
Yeah, he had that spinning shield around him doing that lightning damage everywhere. Anything he walks through, anything, he's going to be doing those destruction points. Unfortunately, we do have one bad Brad with actually 11 kills on the Enforcer, doing a lot of damage. He did a fantastic job. We saw, those little epic battles between him and Flash, and him and the opposite MIA there on Shazam. These 2 tanks going at it, can be unexciting, but it was exciting because they do give up to so fed. They did a great job.
It definitely was. So guys, that was going to be Complexity taking the 2nd pro match in this 7-game show match series. We're going to take a quick break to show another character spotlight for you guys. When we come back, we're going to get one of the MVPs of that game. It's going to be Complexity's Prowley. 14 kills on the Flash. We're going to see what went through his mind, why he picked up that character, and what he thinks about the rest of the E3 week we got for you guys.
Science unlocked his potential, granting him the powers of the Speed Force, as Flash manipulates even his own molecules to his bidding. Flash uses his superior speed as a power damage melee assassin to dive in and out of combat with ease. His passive is Speed Force, gaining power damage as his movement speed increases, as well as gaining bonus movement speed each time he uses an ability. Flash Attack causes the Flash to rush to a location, dealing power damage to all enemies he passes through. If the Flash moves less than the full distance this skill allows, his cooldown will be shorter than normal. F equals MA gives you bonus attack speed passively, and when activated, greatly increases the power and speed of your attacks. Hyper Vibration causes his whole body to vibrate with kinetic energy, allowing him to pass through enemies and damage and steal speed from anyone he touches. This both decreases their movement speed and gives Flash another stack of Speed Force. Using his insane speed, Flash's ultimate is Speed Storm. Becoming untargetable, Flash races around an area, dealing damage to all enemies in the storm and knocking up anyone caught in the storm when it ends. Quick burst, AoE damage, and high mobility make him the perfect assassin throughout all portions of the game. His entire playset functions around his passive and how his abilities interact together. By using Hyper Vibration first and then Flash Attack, you will automatically hit everyone you pass through, slowing them and dealing damage. Then, because all of your abilities gain you bonus movement speed, you can dive into battles, quickly gain movement speed, and use that speed to escape to safety. You can also use the increased movement speed and damage to stick on squishy targets and chase them down. F equals MA gives you the damage necessary to win those 1v1 fights close up, but you can be significantly weaker when your abilities are on cooldown, so get your hits in and get out. Your goal in fights is to burst down priority targets, but also to provide distraction for the rest of your team. Use your mobility to dash in and out so that the enemy is constantly chasing you in fights while your teammates are free to damage them. Using Flash Attack to dive the enemy's fragile support or marksman in fights will cause everyone to immediately try to focus you, setting them up perfectly for your ultimate, which both disengages you from the fight safely and deals massive AoE damage. Speed Storm can also be used to help your team escape, throwing yourself in harm's way to slow down the enemy team and then escaping with your Flash Attack. Build up power damage early for burst to fit your role as an assassin and finish boots early. Continue adding power damage if you are doing well, or change to health if you are taking too much damage. For stolen powers, there's no option but to take super speed, but you can pair it with a damaging power such as Meteor Drop for burst damage, or with Consume to give you a little bit more survivability when in harm's way. In and out so fast you could hardly tell if he came by at all, Flash is highly disruptive for opposing teams.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the floor this time in front of the Infinite Crisis booth from Turbine here at the E3 Expo. It's only day one of a big 3-day event for us here, but I got Complexity Gaming's probably on the floor. He's the MVP of last game here as Complexity goes up 2-0 in the 7 games against Curse Academy. And well, probably the first thing I got to ask you is, why did you wind up picking the Flash?
He's just like really fun and his cooldowns are really low. So you can like dash in and out of fights like whenever you want, and so that's kind of what attracted me to that guy.
All right, and well, you've seen to master him in a couple of games so far. We've seen you go 14 and 10 in that one, but like somewhere in the 30 kill range in a blended play match beforehand. What is the secret to being a good Flash? Is there any of his abilities that you can abuse?
Yeah, his dash, if you actually use it in a shorter range, it lowers the cooldown. So the idea is to never do a max range. You always do kind of shorter one, so the cooldown refreshes so you have more damage.
All right, so some tips and tricks there from the pro here on the Flash, making sure you guys know what to do when you want to picking him up. Now, I got to ask about Gotham Heights map. I mean, we've heard Troopers say one of the best things about it is it's a pretty small map, but what do you tell me your favorite things about the game?
I really like that the health packs actually heal you for a lot. So when you're going around and you fight, you can actually juke around and take a health pack and then go back into the fight like pretty healthy.
All right, well, we still got a 7-game series. You're up 2-0 against Curse Academy already. Any thoughts on how the rest of the games are going to go?
4-0 crush.
We got 7 games.
7-0 crush.
All right, so you heard it straight from Probably right here. He's predicting 7-game sweep of Curse Academy, and well, there's that MVP spot on the line too. You think you're going to wind up taking that as well? You got to fight your own teammates for that one.
Yeah, that's my eye. My eye's on the prize. I got to get it.
All right, well, you heard it straight from the man's mouth himself. We're going to take another character spotlight break when we come back. More blended play events here. The pros and you guys on the floor at E3 going to be taking Infinite Crisis for a spin, and we'll see if you guys are an MVP too.
An aggressive botanist, Poison Ivy